The high cost of living and increased prices in foodstuffs in the country has prompted Kenyans to go to the street to demonstrate as the country marks Sabasaba Day.
Wakenya mkonja! Tukonja! Wakenya mkonja! Tukonja! Wakenya mkonja! Tukonja! This is the constitution.
Kenyans took to the streets heading straight to Harambee House, requesting audience with the president, which ended up futile. The demonstrators expressed anger over the current inflation, saying this year it is worse and the government seems not to be bothered.
The margins of inflation in the previous years have been relatively minimal. In the last 6 months, Kenyans have experienced a hyperinflation that has tremendously shaken them off the balance like never before and are currently basically fighting for survival.
Hawa Kenya ambao mmekosa kwa empower na kuwaibia pesa yao. Leo hii tuko hapa kwa Uhuru kuchukua 2 billion. Ile yenye Uhuru alisema inapotenga kila siku. Ndio tuenda tununue nayo unga. Lakini kama mnataka tuwapigie kura, ni lazima mpunguze bei ya chakula ndio wa Kenya wakipanga line wasikufe na njaa.
Impunity was highly criticized by the demonstrators, who also said a higher percentage of Kenyans are facing starvation, with millions of households in Kenya relying on food donations.
More than 35% of Kenyans suffer from food insecurity and malnutrition each year, with 2.6 million facing a food insecurity crisis. In February 2022, the Kenya Food Security Steering Group's annual short-range assessment reported that there are around 3.1 million food insecure people in coastal and marginal agricultural areas, a 48% increase since August 2021.
And impunity becomes the order of the day. We must rise as Kenyans and reclaim back our power. We have the right to food. You have the right to access to clean water. We have the right to live in a clean environment. We don't want to live like slaves in our own country.
The government is being accused of turning a deaf ear on its citizens, with demonstrators terming the current situation as dangerous, saying it is placing most Kenyans at risk of death due to starvation.
The livelihood and survival of many Kenyans is at risk. The government has turned a deaf ear on its citizens and has opted to exploit them further. Every financial year, as if a ritual to mock the poor, there is always a scandal of corruption involving senior government officials amounting to billions of shillings, and no serious action has ever been taken beyond tough-talking speeches by the head of state on the roadsides. Misplaced priorities in budgeting and overinflated projects without public involvement.
Kenya's inflation hit a 27-month high in May on the back of a jump in the price of essential items like cooking oil, food, fuel and soap, squeezing household budgets and demands for goods and services. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the cost of living measures rose to 7.1% in May from 6.5% the prior month. This is the highest jump in inflation since February 2020, when it stood at 7.2%, prompting the Central Bank of Kenya to warn that the measures risked rising above the government target range of 2.5 to 7.5%. The current situation has forced many households, especially in the low-income segment, to reduce their shopping basket in an environment where farms have frozen salaries as they recover from COVID-19 economic hardships. Kaindo Stefano, Ebru TV.